In my previous video in this series, I built a table for my new 9x12 layout. Here I show aspects of the wiring of the layout. All my FasTrack switches are older remote control ones. To enable them for legacy, I remove the control wire, use blue masking tape to indicate exactly where the wire's hole should be, drill a 3/4 inch hole, and insert the wires. The new 4-wire control cable using telephone hookup wire will go to a Lionel SC2 switch controller to be mated up with the original remote control cable and the SC2. I use connection blocks from Radio Shack for all such connections throughout the layout. I once tried wiring an SC2 laying on my back under the layout and vowed to mount them differently this time. I run an earth ground wire behind the SC2 because I once found that it improved signal performance. I'm now at the place where I can test how noisy running trains is on plywood without a sound buffer. It's louder than my previous layout on 1-inch styrofoam, but it's a small layout and I think it's fine. A quick diversion, remounting a 2-inch strip of black plastic as an edging to help give a more finished look to the layout. I've mounted the controller for my Ross turntable and 8 toggle switches controlling power to each of the 8 spurs coming off of it. Now onto the control panel. I've made a freestanding table and given it a primer coat and a finishing semi-gloss black coat. After it dries completely, I attach the control table to the layout with 2 wooden brackets for stability. All 11 switch controls, the legacy controller, my ZW transformer, and a few other controls are now all mounted. I'm using 9 doorbell buttons for my uncoupling tracks, because I find the Lionel uncoupler button much too clunky for the control panel. Under the control panel, I've mounted a power cutoff for the TPC300 and a toggle that links or separates the 2 power blocks on the layout. My TPC track power controller is mounted on a little shelf under the layout. In my next video, I'll explain how these controls allow 3 or 4 different modes of operation of the layout. Stay tuned.